mask? Yeah. Day 2.
Yep. Day 2, man. Home is where you never park it. You're always on the go. Always on the go, always on the go. Alright. You know what it is? Rhino, tank. Yep. Put Rhino. We're gonna do Philips TV flat screen LED.
So explain to the viewers what just happened.
Oh man, it's a long story, but
Give us what's the cliff note?
She's building a tiny home through a different company that's no longer building with us. We stopped doing that for reasons like this. She called me one day and told me she is on her way from Arizona to Portland and has nowhere to live. So I arranged with another client of mine that rents their tiny home 4 hours up in the islands in Washington. And make a long story short of it is, we ended up going up there, picking up the home, bringing it all the way to the coast in Oregon, so just outside of Pacific City. I moved her 4 times, and then essentially moved her from Pacific City, and then moved her to Mount Hood Village, which that's another tiny home and campsite and RV park. She's been there now for almost 2 months, and then I'm gonna have to return the home she's in all the way back to the islands and essentially put her in a hotel for about 2 more weeks while her home gets finished, and then finally she'll have her home. I'll start heading out, and then we'll go over there first. You got that that sample?
Yes.
All right. Thanks, man.
To interview them and talk to the references that I have there.
Okay. What is that intended?
What size are you looking for?
Well, it's it's over here. Can you get the number?
The name?
Right here.
When you're doing that, I'll look up this.
That one.
Cemented gray. What size?
I'm gonna need about an 8-foot.
26? 5.5?
Yeah,
How many feet?
one 8-foot.
Do you want left side or right side polish? It comes with one long and one short polish.
I just need the front side. It's actually wall to wall.
Okay, so you can just cut it.
Yep, we can cut it.
Yeah, the front side is already polished.
Oh,
There's no way to have them polished when you pick it up.
If you want
Just
to
be
do
so much
both
easier.
side polish, then you have to do one side. We don't do deliver.
so could we have you guys polish the top part of it, and because it's the right color. What we're trying to do is match
no,
this.
We cannot polish.
That's what I'm
because it
saying. We're
comes
trying to
with
match
the-
this, but this is
yeah,
more
it
of
comes
polish.
with the
You just
water.
can't polish the full slab and we'll pick it up.
No, this is come with the river rush. It's a leather, so we don't do polishing. After you polish, it lost the shine, even the smooth
Okay.
one.
All right. Do you have anything else you know of like that matches that in a polished? That looks like this.
We already have every here, and
Okay.
the other room as well. But the
Oh.
other room is a full sheet.
It's the full sheet for slab or for island.
Yeah.
All right. We build tiny homes, so it's an RV based cooktop. So it's a gas 17-inch tall and about 20 inches wide, and it slides in. So the top, basically, I need a slide-in cabinet and some filler panels.
You want to see how big the door are?
Yeah, I'll look at it, and I can tell you if it'll work.
It's pretty much the same as this. This is the door that you're going to get.
Yep.
And like 6
Yep, that's
And
exactly.
uh-huh.
And this would be at the bottom.
So you can do it. You can do it just all the way. Put it on the bottom.
Yep.
And then put the piece of plywood on the top.
Okay. We could put the
To
plywood
have
and
the
do the sliding.
seats.
Perfect.
So you can just pick up this and assemble.
Yep.
And then you put this together and then put it on the bottom and put
Yep.
a piece of plywood
And
on
then
the
we'll
top.
put a maple finish.
Yeah.
Is it maple and melody? Yep, maple.
Uh-huh.
Yep, we'll just do the same.
Yeah.
Perfect.
You can use this if you
Yep.
can use this and we use this one. I
Yep.
don't know if you can reuse that.
We'll figure that out. We have maple. That'll be perfect. So we
Yeah.
just do a 24, and then we'll do the 24, and then on the 15, I know she has it as a door. Do you have drawers in a 15
Yeah.
in
I
this?
have 3 drawer.
Yeah, let's do a 3 drawer on the 15.
Yeah.
So like that,
Okay.
basically.
Yeah, like this but smaller.
Yeah, that's fine. Do it like that for sure. All right.
Okay. Do you want to assemble or you assemble?
We can assemble and do it because we're gonna have to modify.
Oh, okay.
Do you have any filler panels or extra
Yeah.
end panels?
Mhm.
Throw a couple.
You don't need end panel. These are all finished.
Sure.
How many pieces filler? 3-inch or 6-inch? For
Let me
this
ask.
one, you might need to have a 6-inch. Just make it higher.
Yeah, you know what? Just throw in like a couple 3s, a couple 6s, and then that way we have some extra fillers.
Yeah, you can return
Yep.
if you don't use it.
That's fine. Just do a couple of each, and then that way we're good.
It's like 3-inch, three piece each.
Yeah, that'll be fine. This way we don't have to mess with it. I don't want these guys doing stuff anymore like that for here.
All right, here we go.
Alright guys, so a couple things. You guys might see that we've kind of been thinning the herd. Told you this is going to happen. We're pretty much down to the people who need to be here. And ultimately, the purpose of this is so that we can set up specialties and then bring in subs. I'm done, I gotta be honest, paying this overtime and labor and doing stuff 2 and 3 times. I'm over it. And I need guys that are going to do the right thing, because at the end of the day, it's for the business. The business comes first over everything. If the business isn't healthy, then none of us are healthy. And so I want you guys to understand that, you know, ultimately, we're going to have to put out deadlines and goals that may sometimes feel like or seem like they're unreasonable. They're really not if the planning's done right. We will be bringing in subs for key things so that we can progress things faster and quicker. That is the whole purpose behind all of this, because ultimately, as you guys know, it's been really difficult, you know, trying to find stuff, get stuff, and then we're dealing with all of these different issues and problems, and then we have issues with employees and people who have either really bad attitudes or they're trying to help and they don't mean to do something wrong, but they're really making it 10 times harder for you guys. And so I'm not saying we're not going to bring more people back. I'm not saying that we're going to get rid of more people. What I'm saying is you're here for a reason, and we don't want to get rid of anybody else. We ultimately think that we can take what we have and build a true foundation and then improve upon that foundation. But it's up to every single person in this room. I can promise you this, we can absolutely do very well. We have every ability to. We have some huge projects coming down the pipeline that are going to be a lot of fun, a lot of, I think, creativity from your guys' side. But ultimately, again, you can't catch everything. And so we got to make sure that we're looking out for how we're installing things, the type of products that we're using. And again, the process. And if the process isn't working, then people have got to speak up, because you people are in that position for a reason. And ultimately, you'll know if there's a flaw. And if you don't speak up, and then you just kind of hide it to yourself, you know, what happens? You start getting the resentment, you start getting the anger, and I don't want that. And so I've told Aaron that we're going to start bringing in as many subs as we can, because they're just like employees too. They're going to come in, they're going to go out. It's going to happen. That's just the life of construction and manufacturing, and then you're combining them. However, getting good subs, guys like Lawrence, know what they're doing, guys who are really good at what they do and like what they're doing. I think having the key people that we're going to need like that, and then ultimately having you guys as the core foundation, is going to be the ultimate success of the company. far as the organization goes, the whole purpose behind this is to know what we have, to inventory what we have, and I'm making a big investment on my own self for this so that ultimately we can buy as much stuff as humanly possible and start getting it here in quantities and volume. But that doesn't matter either if at the end of the day we're in a situation and nobody speaks up, and then you're in your department and you don't say anything. The days of giving the new guys a box of nails and saying, hey, it's empty, go tell them to pick it up, is over. This takes a group effort, and it's by department, you know, as far as sheet goods go, as far as product goes, as far as, you know, whatever it is, lumber, it doesn't matter to me. What matters to me is making sure that we have the stuff here, we know what we're doing, and that we get ahead of all of this. And so we've already been buying a mass amount of stuff, air conditioners, you know, we've been buying cooktops. We're waiting for the trucks to get here now at this point. And that's the other problem is with COVID. We have to be like 4 times ahead of this now because the distribution is a nightmare for us right now. We're dealing with back-ordered items that aren't even on back order, and then they're taking our money, and what you guys don't know is they're holding our money. I've got $50,000, $60,000 being held right now because point A to point B to point C, it don't talk. And point A was paid, but point A just told them we're 3 months back ordered. And then now when we want to do a refund and a return, they're saying, well, sorry, we can't give you your money back until point A gives it to me because everybody's worried about everybody falling under and in bankruptcy. Because the second someone files bankruptcy, they don't have to return. That's the reality of it. They don't. They don't have to return the money. They don't have to return anything. You sort it out in bankruptcy and then you go sit for years. That's not productive. So we have to trust who we're using. We have to make sure that we're using the right vendors. And I think we've done a good job. Aaron, myself, Truman, Ryan, Brian, we've all got together and we've worked really hard. Mike, Eric, getting the stuff and products of what we need and where we need to get them from so that we're not taking trips to Home Depot, Lowe's. We should be buying from wholesale vendors and distributors. That's what we do. We're a manufacturer. But the problem is they can't get that stuff here fast enough. It doesn't work. It only works, again, is if we know what we need. And so I will make that commitment to you guys, all right? And I will make sure that the stuff is here. But I got to know, and I can't know the day of. Nobody does that. Nobody says, oh, hey, by the way, I need you to go buy $7,000 in lumber because I forgot to tell you a week ago that we're running out of lumber. So that's where I need to make sure that you guys are speaking up, watching your guys' quantities. You got to start learning what you need based on what you do. And then ultimately, it'll start working itself out better and better. And if we know we need 10 toilets a month, well, guess what? We need 20 toilets here. You know, it's kind of a 2 times factor. And that's what it's going to end up having to be for us to be successful. But it doesn't mean anything if we spend all this time and we get all this set up and we continue to grow this well, and then we have new people come in and we're teaching them bad habits. And then more importantly, we do the whole thing where we open up something, we take one piece out, we throw it over on a table, and then we walk away. And we think it's going to be there 3 days later. And then it's missing, and we wonder why the other parts are missing. And it starts to go to where we're wasting money. I can't even tell you how much we've probably done since January to now. I'd say probably close to $60,000, $70,000 easily. And just boo-boos and mistakes and wasted money. It's a pretty sickening number. And a lot of it is because you're getting pushed. And again, there's no efficiency, there's no organization behind it. And that's what I want to change, is the organization. And make sure that the right people are in the right positions. And that ultimately, again, we have the respect for all of ourselves so that we can just work, come here, have fun, enjoy what we're doing, put out a hell of a product, because at the end of the day, that's what the customer deserves.
You guys, I preach it every morning at the meetings. Your attention to detail is increased so much from what it was at the old shop, and even 4 or 5 months ago. It shows in the product that you guys have produced recently, and I am proud of the work you guys are doing. You should be too. And that's what, the other thing, even with pushing the broom, like I said before, pushing the broom, sweeping up, cleaning up, take pride in everything you do. In telling your supervisor, me, Mike, Steven, whoever that person is, take pride in telling your supervisor of more efficient ways of doing things. Sir.
I think it might be a good thing if we sat down with Katie once a week and just hashed out things that we still need to do better on the plans, because that holds us up a lot.
It does.
So if we, or once every other week.
I told her not even that Katie's now going to be coming in 4 to 5 times a week. And
Okay.
she's going to come in for either the mornings or the afternoons. I told her I don't care. That's between her, Truman, and Aaron. Like Aaron said, you guys have done leaps and bounds. Our quality, I will tell you, it's not just me, it's every customer. They see it. They have said it's, the comments we get are incredible. But it won't matter if we're dealing with nothing but warranty nightmares because we're making just either novel or rookie mistakes or doing the wrong thing. And these warranties get expensive, let me tell you, especially if they're not important. They get really expensive really quick. Any questions? Any comments so far? All right, so you guys are doing great. I really do appreciate it.
All right. Jobs. Jobs. That's what I meant. Jobs. I know what you meant. Yeah. I can see you shaking. That's your job.
Yes, sir. How many have the Raw's cabinets shipped over here?
So what's next? We're gonna do a review for 2 of the guys, and then
Let's
we're
put
gonna
all
head
the
out.
parts here and then
So you said
I'm
a review?
gonna get home early.